TGC Radio here. This is episode 1. I am your host, Mike Ave, and today we gonna be getting into it, family. Now, this is an emergency episode. I didn't want to put this episode out yet because there were some more things on the software that I had to get fine-tuned and just get more knowledgeable in. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and look over here. Everything does look like it is running well, family. The CPU is down low. I was having some problems earlier with that CPU jumping through the roof, but I think that we got it down to a reasonable level now, family. Yeah, so if y'all see anything glitching or anything, we'll work through that. This is episode 1, like I said. But let me go ahead and get into this episode. This is a quick episode, just a quick little emergency news flash, like a little Amber Alert or like a weather alert that come on your phone. Bing, 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 bing. Look, it's Mike Ave, TGC Radio here. So, the Democrats just announced Kamela Harris. They didn't just announce her. They announced her like about a week ago. I got kicked off of Facebook. I just got out of Facebook jail yesterday morning after they just locked me up like 3 weeks ago. You know, TGC, the Global Connect, we speak truth to power. And so they don't like when we do that. So, but anyway, back to Kamela. The Democrats just announced her a couple weeks ago that she is the VP nomination. Maybe it was a week ago or something. She is Joe Biden's running mate for the president of the United States. And they're going up against Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence. And the J in Donald J. Trump stands for genius. And nobody better forget that shit. All right. I seen that on a meme on social media and I thought it was hilarious. So I had to give that to y'all. But Joe Biden, Kamala Harris versus Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence for the 2020 presidential election. Go ahead and run that intro.
www.thagcradio.com. Your source for that heat. Let's go, baby.
TGC Radio, Mike Ave, we are back again on topic talking about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden versus Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence for the White House 2020. Now, this is going to be a quick little episode, about 20-30 minutes. I'm going to give it to y'all in that time frame. There's a receipt that I want to pull on y'all for Kamala. If y'all rocking with Kamala, y'all should be very knowledgeable in all your candidates, right? Because y'all don't want to be led into no bullshit. You know, that's why the Global Connect is here, family. That's why TGC Radio got you covered like a wool blanket. You feel me? Let me go ahead and pull this up so y'all can get that good game, family. Y'all can get that good game. Not just a little piece of game. The whole game, you know? So let me go ahead. Oh man, that thing's slowing down a little bit. There we go. All right. It comes back. It bounces back, family. Like I said, this is a new episode. All right. And now this is the IG of the Real Boyce Watkins. Shout out the Real Boyce Watkins. The year this brother got his PhD, he was the only black man to get a PhD in finance in the whole planet Earth. The whole planet Earth. This man was the only one to get a PhD in finance, you know? So, shout out to him, man. The Real Boyce Watkins on IG. Make sure y'all follow me at The Real Mike Ave as well on Instagram. So, let's go ahead and get into this receipt, family. What's going on here? Hold on. What is this? What is this? Wait, what does this say? Speaking of Kamala, we done came across a little receipt, family. Some question her blackness. The way she putting that hot sauce on them greens is all the validation I need. LOL. See, family, this some crazy shit, man. Y'all talking about a presidential election and you picking somebody by how they put hot sauce on the greens? That ain't right, family. That is not right at all. That ain't right. That ain't how you pick a presidential candidate, by if they putting hot sauce on their greens. They put butter on their cornbread.
Hello, this is Gavin.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm here to ask you for your help.
You know what? I would love to, but I just don't have the time.
And you ain't black.
Hello?
They put milk in their rice? Sugar? Salt? Pepper? What? Come on, man. That ain't right, y'all. But moving right along, family. We're going to get into the real voice walk-ins. This man posts all kind of stuff. So you got to click into his, into the picture to see what he's talking about. Yo, and shout out Jay Morrison, too. This brother right here, this black man, Jay Morrison, just had to clear his name. That's what this video is saying. He had to clear his name. If anybody doesn't know who Jay Morrison is, he is a real estate investor. He's a realtor, but the man been getting to that bag for a long time, and he is bringing back Black Wall Street. That's why it says Black Wall Street under fire. Y'all got to go do some more research on that. That's another discussion for another day. Right now, I'm trying to pull this receipt on Kamela for y'all. Here we go, family. I got it. Let's blow it up. Now, you see this says Kamela Harris was asked about reparations. Kamela Harris was asked about reparations. All right, let's get into it.
Do you support reparations for black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination.
Hold on, family. Hold on, family. You see how she gets to stuttering? You see how she gets to stuttering when she asks the question? I could tell you're lying, cause when you replying, you stutter. Today, Junior. Get that shit out, man. Don't be playing. She asked you a question about reparations. Go back to your talking points that they gave you on the index card before this interview and get it right. You running for the president of the United. You running for the president, the vice president of the United States. And you can't get your mind right when asked about reparations for black people? Come on, man. Do what's right. Do the right thing. Let me play this. Finish playing this, man. Her ass is a nut.
Discrimination, segregation, and now we have
hold on, family. Today, Junior. Spit that out, Kamela. Come on, man. We talk about some real deal Holyfield right now. When you stuttering, you playing. What'd he say? What Dr. Boy say? Stuttering. I mean, look, I done watched this video a couple times. This is my first time seeing that. Because, look, you hear that. You know she ain't spitting no real facts. When she gets to stuttering, fumbling over her words, revert back to those talking points on them index cards and get your mind right, Kamela. Come on now.
That is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it
Hold on.
black families, but there's not a particular
See, the interviewer was already getting on her head. By default, it will affect black families, but there is no specific policy that is for black people. Hold on, family. Let me close this out. Bring this back Man, look, I'm going to just let this run because I don't want this CPU to mess up. So I'm going to finish this, then I'm going to get into my spiel.
Policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at...
But you know what? Before I forget that, I just want to break this down. So when she talks about a tax credit for people making under $100,000, look, there are millions of Americans who make less than $100,000. Not even talking about dual income, singular. Now, if we want to talk about dual, it's millions of Americans who don't hit $100,000 dual income, mama and daddy. Okay? So when you talk about giving a tax credit, number one, a tax credit ain't gonna do nothing for me right now because you're still taking money out of my pocket right now. That goes back to the child tax credit. People getting thousands and thousands of dollars per kid every tax season, though. You still have to wait and pay your taxes on the front end. Then on the back end, you'll get this. So what is that going to do for me now if I'm broke now? You still taking money from me now and promising me something later. That ain't going to do nothing for me. That a lift up act, a step up act. Man, just step down, please. Because that ain't riding. That's not a policy that is specifically tailored to the black community. All right? Millions of Americans make under $100,000 per year annually. There we go. Let me hit play.
The reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
Hold
so
on.
I'm not going to sit here and
Hold
say
on,
I'm going to do
family.
something that's only going to benefit black people.
Yeah, what did she say? What did she say?
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people.
One more time.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people.
All right, family. That was the receipt that I wanted to pull. But y'all see what she's talking about. She ain't gonna sit up here and say that she gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. Let me check on my CPU, y'all. Make sure that we ain't glitching. Yeah, we still good. So she said that she ain't gonna sit up here and say that she's gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. Meaning that, oh no, look, hold on, wait. She sat up in her chair. And said, look, bitch, the reality is, I ain't gonna say that I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. Because any policy that is for black people, oh, you best believe it's for all society. And that's what she said a couple sentences before that. Any policy that will benefit black people, it will benefit all society. Meaning, we not gonna give you black people a pie to yourself. Period. Because if we would have given you a pie, if we wanted to give you a pie, we would have already given you a pie. But we ain't gave you no pie yet. So maybe we'll give you 1/4 of the pie, and then we need 2/4 to ourselves, and then that leaves 1/4 for all the other minorities. That's how we'll do that right there. And everybody gets a piece of the pie. So not one person can feel like they're left out. Let me check on this CPU again, family. Oh, yeah, we looking good, y'all. We looking good. We gonna ride with this. So, when we talk about voting for Kamala and picking the lesser of two evils, look, anybody that tells you that you gotta pick the lesser of two evils, they don't really know what they talking about, okay? Because there are political experts, according to Dr. Boyce Watkins. He just talked about this the other day. There are political experts that say there is power in you exercising your right as an American citizen not to vote. So when you say I'm not gonna vote, what are you saying? Oh, both of y'all on bullshit. I'm going to remove myself until y'all figure it out. Instead of saying, oh, we got to pick the lesser of two evils. Well, people say, oh, well, Av, if we're not going to vote, then what are we going to do? You're going to focus on getting that bag, number one. Well, that's just a blanket term. You say, get the bag. How am I supposed to get the bag? You buy back your block. How do I buy back my block? You open you up a business. Well, I got a business and people not support. Look, if people not supporting your business, right, you better get your ass out there on the corner and hold a sign and say, whatever you do, we'll braid hair for money. Okay? Because the time is now. According to Dr. Claude Anderson, it's another doctor that I follow, another black man. According to Dr. Claude Anderson, black people have until the year 2050, maybe 2045, give or take a few years, to turn the tide on this low-level monopoly game that we're in. Well, what do you mean, Av? This is what I mean. Black people control about 1% of global wealth. Might be less than 1% of global wealth. Global, around the whole globe. We so worried about what's going on in America, we forgetting about what's going on abroad. All right, we only control 1% of global wealth. So we got to start back building those black Wall Streets. And when I say black Wall Streets, that's plural, not singular. Because everybody always wants to talk about Tulsa and Black Wall. Like, we have more than one Black Wall Street, bruh. Let's get that shit clear. I know of two. Tulsa and Wilmington. And I think I read up on another one the other day. I've been ordering so many books here lately that I'm reading like 4, 5, 6 books right now. So there's more than one Black Wall Street. Don't let them subjugate you to just one Black Wall Street. No, we were great. Out of millions and millions of Americans, Black Americans, being freed from slavery, you mean to tell me we only managed to come up with one Black Wall Street? I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that for 1 second. So when you start to take back your power, your economic power, see, because there was a point in time when black people, we had our own bus stations, we had our own taxi cab stations, had our own car dealerships, our own realtors, doctors, lawyers, nurses, teachers, whatever have you, community leaders. We ran our shit, all right, at some point in time. But over the course of time, the dominant society stepped in and said, nah, look, you niggas is getting too out of hand. We can't have that. So now, fast forward, we're trying to buy back our block. Start to create those businesses. Go get you a certificate. Learn how to be a plumber. Learn how to do some water work. Learn how to be a pipe fitter. Learn how to be an electrician. Learn how to build houses. Learn how to build stairs. Install toilets. Do some carpentry. Do some remodeling. Use your hands. Get out there and cut grass. Do landscaping business. See, because these are all necessity businesses that make the world go round. Working at McDonald's ain't gonna make the world go round for you. Working at Walmart ain't gonna make the world go round for you. You making the world go round for somebody else. You making somebody else $1 billion. You feel me? So when you start to put that same energy into your own stuff, into your own business, into your mama's business, your brother's business, your auntie's business, your cousin's business, then we can start to succeed. We can start to turn the tide on that low-level monopoly game. And when you start to turn the tide on that low-level monopoly game and you start to get that bag, you can then start to really control your community. Then you go out there and you vote for your district attorneys, your city council members, your mayors, your governors. And actually, you can do that while you're focusing on getting your bag, because that goes back to that presidential election. Look, stuff is controlled on the local level before it's controlled on the governmental level. You'll have a better chance of going in there talking shit to Mayor Hancock. Let me make sure that the CPU is still good, y'all. My bad, family. Oh yeah, we still good. You'll have a better chance going in there and talking shit to Hancock about putting the pressure on the DA, to put the pressure on the police chief to arrest the cop that might kill whatever black man out there in Denver. So you have to start to control your local government. Then you can go abroad to the federal and say, look, y'all better get y'all shit right, because something ain't right. Y'all ain't doing what's right around here. But you got to control your local level first, right? And then if you want to vote federal, go vote for your Congress members, because they the ones who deciding if your kid eating steak or hamburger helper when the fast food industry infiltrated the public school system. When I forget the president's name, but the president drastically cut funding to the public school system, and the fast food industry swooped in like goddamn leeches, and the cockroaches just swooped in on the public school system. That's why we eating those nasty chicken sandwiches, eating nasty fries and canned foods and all this nasty stuff that has little to no nutritional value. But your kid is eating this every single day. That's your Congress members. But you worried about Donald Trump and Mike Pence, and you worried about Joe Biden and Kamela Harris, but you're not asking them what they gonna do fundamentally for your community. Donald Trump ain't gonna come save your community. That's why that mayor was out there in Portland just a couple weeks ago when Trump had sent those federal agents out there snatching people off the street. The mayor was out there riding with his people, said, I'm not having it, because stuff is more controlled on the local level. All right? The governor, Trump would have sent something. The governor could kind of stop it, but don't get me wrong, the federal government has the last say so, but the governor has power as well. But that's local. That's local. Hickenlooper used to be the mayor. Then from the mayor, he went to be the governor. See, that could be Hancock. But y'all got to put the pressure on y'all mayors, start sending them back, start supporting their political campaigns to them. And when you support their political campaigns, sending them that bag, they then work for you. Hey, Michael Hancock, I just sent you $100,000. I need you to go put the handcuffs on that officer that just killed Joe Brown the other day. That's how that works. Simple. Money talk, bullshit walk. We all know that saying. So y'all got to do what y'all got to do to secure the life of you and your family members. Straight up. And that starts with getting from up underneath this low-level economic monopoly game that we have been subjugated to for the past couple hundred years. If we want to say 400 years, we can say 400 from the start of slavery. But that's here nor there. We're not going to get into that debate right now, family. I just wanted to give y'all a quick news flash on Kamela Harris. Pull that receipt for y'all. Give y'all something else to think about on this presidential election race. So keep that in mind. She ain't really giving no reparations to black people. And look, nobody's giving reparations to black people. If they had a vote tomorrow, do we want reparations? You know what I'm going to say? Hell yeah, I want reparations. But do I think we going to get them? No. Am I waiting for them? No. I'm out here trying to get my economic freedom too. I'm trying to get from underneath this low-level monopoly game. You know? Because shit, man, I'm starting from the bottom, y'all. And one day I'm going to get into that with y'all. I'm going to tell y'all my life story. But I ain't starting completely from the bottom. But man, look, I'm starting from the bottom. I got to get it out the mud. Everybody got to get it out the mud. So that's why y'all can ride with TGC, the Global Connect. Because look, we on the ground with y'all. We putting in that work with y'all. We ain't sitting at no high level like, oh, let me just tell them some stuff and boom. Nah, look, I'm out here washing cars and I'm out here putting in that good work too with y'all, family. So keep it locked. Make sure y'all subscribe, like this video, thumbs up on the video so we can get inserted into that algorithm and then get inserted into the brain of these individuals and keep them on point. The Global Connect, I'm Mike Av. This episode 1. Stay tuned for episode 2. It did look good today, family. Y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all like this episode, if it looked good, if it looked clear, if I look good, if I look clear. So y'all keep it locked. Same bat time, same bat channel. Keep in mind who you gonna vote for. So let's just go back to some talking points before I leave. Pull the receipt on Kamela Harris about the reparations. Got into local government, voting for your mayors and your city council members. Then we got into economic empowerment. Hey man, I done dropped it on y'all today. I done dropped it on y'all. So y'all got 3 talking points that y'all need to keep in the forefront in the frontal lobe. That's the frontal lobe right there, family. That's that third eye. Keep it in that frontal lobe. 3 things. And then y'all be good to go. TGC Radio, I'm Mike Ave. Holla at me next time. Peace.
www.thagcradio.com. Your source for that heat.